I'm John Rael with SkepticallyPwned.com, where false claims get kicked in the nuts, and I'm here talking to my pal Heather. Heather, what is your last name?
Henderson.
Heather Henderson,
yes.
Who is part of the Ardent Atheist. Now, what part are you of the Ardent Atheist?
Well, I'm a co-host and a producer. I also have a Facebook page with over 5,000 people on there.
Isn't that the limit?
Well, occasionally I get 5,002.
You're
I don't know
bust.
why. Yeah, I do bust a little bit, but we discuss openly religion and things of skeptical nature, and we debate. It's just all walks of religions, all walks of life.
Well, let's just dive into that hot button topic then. Now, you would define yourself atheist.
Yes.
Obviously.
I'm a hard atheist.
Hardcore.
I'm a very hard atheist, yes.
Avid, ardent, hardcore, angry even.
I'm not angry.
You're not?
I'm ardent. There's a difference.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm sure. There's a difference.
I'm sure you guys get accused of that a lot.
We do.
Now, so you would call yourself an atheist before you called yourself a skeptic. I mean, I know there's a lot of overlapping.
Yeah, it pretty much overlaps. It ties in. Not everyone who's an atheist is a skeptic, though.
Is that so?
Yeah, the definition of atheism is simply a person who does not believe in God. That's all it is. And that's where people get mixed up. They think atheism is a religion, a belief system. It isn't. It isn't anything. The definition of atheist is simply a person who does not believe in any kind of deity. That's it. We all think differently otherwise. You know, I've met racist atheists. You know, it's really has nothing to do with that word.
Gotcha. Now, but you would identify yourself more with the, I guess, the atheist clan than with the skeptical clan. Now, why is that? What is more, I guess, important to you about atheism than skepticism?
I think that it's not that it's more important. I think it's equally important. But I'm pretty much hooked on the atheism side because I was brought up religious and believing untruths, and so after years and years and years, and I'm 38 years old, and
really?
Yes, and only, thank you.
Wow. No, seriously, like
I'm 38 years
ladies
old,
and
it's only been about 3 years that I've been hardcore about this. I spent most of my life avoiding the news, avoiding anything that sounded bad, because I had enough problems in my own life. I don't have to, I don't want to see outside here because it's sad. It's really, really scary. But then one day, I started to look around, and Facebook was a big part of it. It got me seeing other people doing things, and I thought, you know what? There's people out there just like me. I'm not alone. And I started asking questions out loud, and it started attracting attention from people everywhere. Just questions like, why do you believe in God? Do you believe the Bible is the Word of God? What part of the Bible is true, and what part of the Bible is a parable? You know? So I just started asking questions, and people just started saying, yes, I'm thinking the same things. And so that's how it all got started. My partner, Emery, had this idea to do this atheist show, and I said, well, I've got this wall of people who love talking about it, and he said, I've got these comedians who I'd love to get on the show. So
I will say I do envy that about the whole atheist movement. Is it's much easier to get somebody talking about the God issue than it is, man, homeopathy's bullshit. Yeah, but who cares, John? I'm like,
right.
But you should, whereas God is like, everybody dives right in. They all got their 2 cents.
Well, once you start talking about the bullshit of religion, it starts to spread out. Because then you start talking about what is really true. Where are the facts? What is just sensationalism?
Yeah.
What is woo? And where do you draw the line? And it just starts to spread out. So as an atheist, I started noticing that not only was the Bible bullshit, not only was the God story bullshit, there was so much bullshit going on that I was like, wow, I can also inform people of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can help. That's at least what I can do right now.
Well, then on to my first generic question, which is, now, the answer is obvious that God is probably the number one on your bullshit-o-meter,
right.
Whatever. What would number 2 be? Outside of the whole God issue, what would, like, the biggest pet peeve, like, motherfucking whatever? Psychics, homeopathy,
As far as skeptic stuff is concerned, I'd have to say psychics is probably pretty high up on the list, because they take advantage of people who are sad and upset about something in their life, who are in need, for someone to answer a hard question for them, and psychics basically play on their mentality that they're in at that moment, and play on their sadness and pull answers out of them and take their money from them, and that's bullshit.
And Mother Teresa?
And Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa is bullshit. Everyone thinks Mother Teresa is this
saint.
Literally. Thank you. Literally, Mother Saint Teresa, but she's not. She even had memoirs. She'd written in her memoirs that she had doubts and didn't believe in the end. She also, on her deathbed, didn't want those published, and they published them anyway, which says a lot about how people feel about Mother Teresa. So.
But I mean, aside from a few doubts here and there, wouldn't it be fair to say that she was very devout and that there are much bigger problems with Mother Teresa?
No, because Mother Teresa's act is still being taken on today. People are still doing things under Mother Teresa's name, like helping the poor and the sick, but they're not really helping it. They're doing it the way she had it done before, which was criminally wrong.
Yeah, just give a quick summary of how she helped sick people.
Well, Mother Teresa had a house in Calcutta that dying and sick people would come to die, pretty much, under Mother Teresa's care. And basically, what they had for these patients were cots in a room. They had dirty needles that they would wash under sink tap water. They didn't give out real medication. They had a doctor come about once a month or so that would give vitamins. He wouldn't really see the patients. He would just walk around, assess the place, and then write something up. Where did all the donations go? Where did all the money go? And they had volunteers coming from all over the world to help these sick and dying people who some of their diseases, some of their problems could have actually been cured if they had just gone to the hospital down the road. Mother Teresa did not let their patients leave and didn't let them go to the hospital.
Jeez.
So,
all right, well,
Mother Teresa is bullshit.
Well, a slightly funner question. Of all the bullshit woo-woo out there, whatever, what would you, if it could be true, what would you wish was true?
It'd be nice if psychics were true, because then we could really know what the hell was going on. You never hear this, psychic wins the lottery. You know what I'm saying? You never hear that.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of neat if we could read minds or know the future. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. But it doesn't happen.
Now, as far as the free thinking, critical thinking movement, what do you think is the biggest problem facing that movement? Whether it's skepticism, atheism, and when I say problem, I don't mean bullshit. I mean, what is the greatest internal keeping us on our asses kind of thing?
People are afraid of other people who believe in religion. They're afraid to hurt their feelings. They're afraid to say, no, I don't believe that, and this is why, and understand what they're saying. They're afraid to offend. It's time to stop being afraid to offend people who believe in talking, dead zombies. It's time to start getting rid of this bullshit. We're growing, we're too old for this. It's 2011 now, folks. This book was written by ancient men who were illiterate. It was supposed to be the divine word of God. It's bullshit. Come on, can we get out of this already?
Okay, how did you come to, I guess, have you always been an atheist, a non-believer, a skeptic?
Like I said before, I just started really.
Well, what's the Wikipedia to your path of freethinkerism?
The truth is, I started watching bullshit, Penn Jillette's bullshit, and then I actually met the guy and started listening to him, and then I saw the movie Zeitgeist, which was that just the first part is really all you need, where they start talking about the Jesus story, and that's really all I needed to go. I've been lied to my entire life. What the fuck? Really, I got depressed, and I got I can't believe my mom and everyone I knew sat there and told me this story that was not true my entire life. And I spent my entire life in fear that some guy was watching me. You know what I mean? A camera from heaven watching my every move, making me feel guilty for doing the silliest little things. So it was like a relief. It was like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulder after I realized that the whole thing wasn't true.
But now, are you giving semi-endorsement to the movie Zeitgeist? Because I've heard controversial, crazy.
Yeah, there's lots of controversial, crazy things. But I still think it's a great movie because it did open a lot of people's eyes and it started a conversation. And even though there might have been some things that were not true in that movie or just blown out of proportion, people started talking about it, which is really, really important. People were correcting, they were actually researching and looking up and going, no, 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 you're wrong here or you're right here, which is really important just to get the conversation moving. Okay. Just to get the conversation moving. People got to stop being afraid to talk about religion. It's really, why can't I talk about your God? Why is that so offensive? Why are you protecting this thing that is so powerful that needs you puny human, to protect him?
Now, what was your moment of
Zen?
Of deciding that you were a card-carrying atheist freethinker?
That moment.
Oh.
That moment that I realized that I'd been lied to my entire life, after talking to Penn, after watching that stuff, after watching Zeitgeist, just even that beginning part of the Zeitgeist, the Jesus story.
And so, how'd you get involved with these characters?
Which ones?
I'm
involved with a lot of characters.
5,000 apparently.
Yay.
Oh. How'd you get involved with the Ardent Atheist? How'd you hook up with editors and producers and podcasters?
I started out in Philadelphia on Facebook with this whole atheist thing. And then I moved to LA about 7 months ago.
Oh.
I met Emery online and over debating Mother Theresa.
Nice.
And we had just the same ideas, and he had always wanted to do this podcast, and was coming out to this area anyway, and I thought, wow, this is convenient. And it just worked out, and we seem to have done everything right so far. It's just been great.
Yeah.
It's just been really blowing up.
Yeah, not to mention all the cool people you guys have been interviewing. Tell me about that. What is your show about? Like, describe your show and what makes it different than the other podcasts that are out there?
Well, Art and Atheist is different because it's a comedy. It's a comedic podcast. We have comedians come on, primarily, with all different kinds of beliefs. And they come in and they talk about what they believe, and we make fun of each other. And that's why it's so funny. It's like comedians sitting around in a green room, just punching each other in the face. You know what I mean? With comedy. It's funny. It's a laugh riot from the first moment. We're fast. We're quick. We have great guests. And today is going to be amazing. So.
Nice. Now, I wanted to get back to the atheist skeptic thing a little, because here, I guess, is my stance.
Okay.
To put it to you, I think I am an atheist, like I happen to be, just as like I also happen to be a non-golfer and a non-football player. But to me, the whole, fighting to prove a non-idea, it's just, I don't know. I just to me, like, skepticism is it's sort of like catching a serial killer and being like, guys, we got his gun, let's go home. See, you can't kill anybody anymore. I got your gun. Like, there's no such thing as God. We're done here. Let's go home. It just. So
what's the big deal?
What's the big deal? It's one.
Why am I so ardent?
It's one claim among many, and it's not even testable.
It may be testable.
Well, the claims in the Bible, like specific claims. Oh.
Well, specific claims in the Bible aren't really. Some specific claims are not. I don't think anything in the Bible is testable, really. I think it's all crap. But why am I so ardent?
Yeah.
I care. I care about it. I really, it's something to care about. It's something that I know I can make a difference. I've found out that I made a difference. I didn't think I did, and then I started to. And that's why I just kept going. People would write to me and say, wow, thank you for posting that link. I didn't know this, and now I'm going to make sure I get my kids vaccinated. Or things like that. I didn't know that this was happening. I didn't know that stoning still existed in the world today. I didn't know that, Sharia law is trying to be passed in different places. I didn't know that even existed. I didn't know that, in France they're trying to ban the burqa. I didn't know all this stuff. So I'm just informing people, and people are going, wow, that's cool. I want to know more. That's all it is.
What is your stance on the burqa? I think because it's complicated, right?
I think any woman that thinks wearing a burqa is a right is brainwashed. Anyone who wants to cover their whole entire body up for their God or their man is a victim of abuse. They don't know that they're being abused, but they are. Why would you want to do that? Why? It's bad enough we have to wear clothes.
Agreed. There's always this debate among, skeptics, atheists, like, what name do you use for woo-woo, bullshit, flim-flam, poppycock?
I love bullshit. Woo is a funny sounding name, so I like to say it, woo. And I like to use it when I'm really making fun of something or mocking something that's really deserving of mockery.
Yeah.
You know, just to make whoever believes in it maybe think about, why is she mocking that? Maybe there's something about this that I should look into a little bit more, you know. So.
Now, where can we find you? Where can people get a hold of you, listen to you,
well,
see your pictures, inhale deeply?
Well, you can find me on Art and Atheist every Wednesday at 7 PST on newdissidentradio.com/Art and Atheist, I believe it is. And also, you can find me on Facebook. My Facebook name is the original Heather Henderson. It's original Heather Henderson. And just Google me, Heather Henderson. You can find my pictures everywhere. I've got modeling stuff. I've done burlesque. I'm a performer. I sing. It's the whole thing. And I'm an atheist.
So what is the future for Art and Atheist? What are some big plans you guys have in the works?
Well, we hope to take this to television.
Really?
Yeah, we hope to make this television show and really get it into the mainstream.
Badass.
We need it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for talking with us. It's been great. Heather, ladies and gentlemen. What a badass.
That's me. Be skeptical.
You didn't actually think your goons would stop me, did you?